I went over and got in line.
Are they going to be able to see us?
Ask Amy what she has on.
Yeah, she's doing something.
I just have this screen on the projector. I only have that screen on. I mean, I can turn on the screen if I want.
I think whoever's speaking needs to be visible.
I think, yeah, that's what that's what my
Has to
hope
be
was.
visible.
And I'm sorry if that wasn't clear. Okay.
We have the other screens are up, so I can easily switch back and forth.
Okay.
I'd say you two case coordinators go to the mic and step it open.
Okay. Can they hear me from here? Can anybody hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Kind of? Okay. Okay, well, we're working on our video feed at the moment, but we can get started anyway. I am Megan Shea. I'm the case coordinator for the city of Noonan. And we figured we'd just go around, introduce ourselves, and then let the panel take over and go from there.
Good afternoon. I'm Shannon Zarang. I'm the case coordinator for Coweta County.
Good afternoon. I'm Alvin Payton. I am a former city councilman for the city of Valdosta.
Good afternoon. I'm Mike Eason. I'm the mayor of the city of Dawsonville.
Good afternoon. I'm Kathy Zickert, and I represent the annexation applicant.
I'm Billy Powell. I'm Hall County Commissioner.
I'm Kimberly Gill. I'm a professor at Columbus State in the Department of Politics, Philosophy, Public Administration, and Criminal Justice and Sociology.
Is that everybody?
Ted.
I'm Ted Meeker. I am not here in a true representative capacity. Mr. Sears asked me to listen to it.
Okay. All right, so our understanding is that the panel can take over from here and make further decisions as far as electing a chairperson and how you would like to proceed.
And this is Shannon again. We did receive an email from Commissioner Waters, who happens to be out of the country, and she said that she has no objections to any decision that is made by the panel today. So panel members, to my understanding, if the four of you could elect a chair.
I would nominate Commissioner Powell.
I was just fixing to nominate Mayor.
I can see that coming.
So I can second your nomination, either one of you.
The first nomination gets the second.
I'm happy to be if the panel decides.
I concur.
I move the nominations be closed.
That's experience talking right there.
Yes, sir. Do I have a second to close the nomination?
I second that as well.
Are all in favor of Commissioner Powell? Raise your hand and wave. Okay, well, we don't know if Kimberly is waving or not, but there she is waving.
I'm here.
It's 3-1, Commissioner, you're the chair. Thanks.
Thank you. Do I have duties as a chairman right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, just from the basic, can someone explain the whole situation between Newnan and Coweta County? The dispute.
Hey, this is Nathan Lee. I don't think y'all can see me. I represent Coweta County. Today, I've spoken to Brad Sears, the city attorney. Mr. Meekers is here listening for him. He can chime in if he's talked to him. But it was our understanding today that this was just going to be a procedural where y'all would let us, talk through the procedure as opposed to the actual substance of the case. I mean, I could tell you what it's about, but I don't think Mr. Sears would appreciate me doing that when he doesn't have, and Mr. Meeker, there he is, I don't think he's prepared for that either.
Nathan, that is correct. That's exactly what Brad told me.
Right.
Well, we need to know what's going on, so if y'all could tell us something, maybe the case coordinators could outline the positions of each side, and then we can move forward and decide what we want to do at that point.
Well, so I think our understanding as well, in reading the arbitration handbook, is that today as a pre-hearing is
Could I ask whoever that is to speak closer to their microphone? I can't hardly hear.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Our understanding is that today, as a pre-hearing, is just for the purpose of the panelists deciding what testimony and evidence and documents they would like to be presented at the actual first hearing. Not sure if you guys are going to want 1 hearing, 2 hearings, and that's also to be decided today, as well as schedule of dates for the preceding meetings.
We had a date.
Okay.
We are currently, Megan and I have currently
October 17th, isn't it?
October 11th or the 19th.
Yes.
I thought we had settled on it. Oh, that's the mediation, sorry, yeah.
This is my first hearing of October 11th of 19.
I'm sorry, Dr. Payton, this is Shannon. Megan and I had just tried to coordinate some dates that would work for the county and the city so that we could present them to you today to see if either of those dates would work for you as a panel.
Okay.
That does not give us a
Yeah, that's
whole
not
lot of
enough
time
That's not
to
enough time for us
select
to get ready.
witnesses.
We have to render a decision to DCA by November 7th.
I think the attorneys may need a little bit more time to hire witnesses than having a hearing on the 11th. So if it's, the 19th is available for everyone, then that probably is the better bet of the two. Plus, it's my birthday.
The 19th works for me.
19th in the afternoon works for me. I have a doctor's appointment that morning. I've been waiting for 4 months.
I would suggest we schedule it where we can have a full day. I don't think we need to start I mean, this is a lot of production for the city, the county, and the lawyers. And I'll do what everybody wants to, but I think everybody's probably interested in, once we show up, working till, you know, I don't want to speak for Brad, maybe Ted knows, I would think we could put the evidence in the day easy. That's just my thought.
I've never had one of these go more than a day, Nathan, so I agree with that.
I'm going to guess that Brad would say the same thing. I don't know why it would take longer than a day.
Would that October 11th or 19th meeting be via Zoom or would it be face to face?
It needs to be live, is my understanding of the statute.
Okay. Just wanted confirmation.
Do you have other dates that we can choose from?
I would really rather Mr. Sears be part of this if we're going to be selecting date. I was not prepared for that as well. I certainly don't want to speak for him. The 19th works for me. I mean, I have something, but I can move it.
I can't move my doctor's appointment because
Yeah, the 19th doesn't work for the mayor, so.
I mean, I can be there. Well, it's an hour and a half down there. I got to go to Gainesville. I got to pay some taxes over there, you know, when the doctor's visit. So
I assume we're doing this in Noonan somewhere?
Yeah.
Where are all you folks coming from? Is it difficult for you guys to get there?
I'm coming from Valdosta.
That's what I figured. And I assume, Mr. Chairman, that you're coming from Hall. And Mr. Eason, are you coming in from Dawsonville?
well, if it's that morning, I'll be in Gainesville that morning for a doctor's
Okay.
appointment.
All right, well, I don't think the 19th is going to work if you've got the doctor's appointment. As Nathan said, I think it makes more sense to go for the whole day.
I concur.
So maybe we can pick another date. And I realize Sharon probably hasn't spoken to anyone else about any other dates. So I don't know what we do about that.
Could we circulate them after the meeting? I mean, the
Sure.
the panel's the most people, so I would think we'd need to make sure it works for them first.
Right, and make sure they can get there.
The 18th and 20th are both good for me as well as the 19th. So. 17th.
I can do the 18th also.
I can do either.
The city of Noonan has a conflict that day.
How about the 20th?
We got a commission meeting on the 18th.
The 20th work?
I can do the 20th.
I can do the 20th. It's my birthday.
I can't. I'll actually be in Valdosta.
Wow.
Maybe we should figure out a way to post available dates or something, set up a group email, post dates in which we're all available for a full day. That allows you folks who are coming in from out of town sufficient time to make arrangements to get there. I suspect one day it'd be easier on you too, although getting there early may be an issue, particularly if you're driving through our traffic, for which I apologize in advance. But the 20th works for me.
The city can do the 20th as well. And we do have an email that had been going around, but that was just between the panelists and the case coordinators. Which
Okay.
again was just per the handbook how we were supposed to proceed.
I can make the 20th work.
So again, I
Dr.
can't.
Payton?
I'm in Valdosta.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
We got Pat on the phone. City attorney's available.
There's a conflict on the panel.
On the 20th?
Yeah, I've got a work obligation at Valdosta that day.
Did everyone say they can do the 18th?
No.
Okay.
No, city can't, or the county can't.
What about the 19th? No one can do the 19th, that Wednesday?
I think we were worried about not having enough time because the mayor has an appointment in the morning. So we'd have to start afternoon. I actually think we can do it in the afternoon, but I don't want anybody to feel pushed either.
Okay.
How about the following week?
I was going to say, what did we get? October
Week of the 24th. okay?
24th?
We've got a work session on the 24th. I could do the 25th or the 26th.
Do the 25th
Mm-hmm.
You got an issue.
or the 26th.
Or the 26th.
I've got hearings both those days.
24th, which were the dates? 25th and 26th, and Nathan, you're out on both?
Yeah, I might could pull off the 25th. But I do have court that morning, I'd rather not.
that's a city council meeting date, isn't it? It's an evening meeting, I believe.
It's an evening meeting, yes.
I don't think y'all want to schedule it when y'all got a council meeting that night.
October 27th, Thursday. See, we're getting awfully close to that.
So I'm good with the 27th.
Still-
I mean, because we ruled out the 25th, 26th. I was like, I'm good with the 24th, the 27th.
We're good with the 27th.
I'm good.
I'll just skip the.
Is the city okay with doing either the 25th or the 27th?
Yes.
You're not available.
I'd rather do the 27th.
27th would be
The city of Noonan, I know, has a hearing because I'm representing him in that, on the morning,
You have a conflict on the 25th, right?
of the 27th. But Brad, I can cover that hearing,
Has conflict on the
and
25th.
Brad could cover the arbitration.
It looks like unfortunately the county has a conflict on the 25th.
He says the 27th. He was saying the 27th. He could cover Brad's hearing, or he's covering the hearing for Brad.
Now, I'm actually lead counsel on the case, so yeah, I can cover that hearing at, that morning. And Brad can make sure that he's got the arbitration covered.
So we're talking the 27th now?
Yes, sir.
Is everybody good for the 27th?
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
Dawson, that's good.
All right, 27th it is.
What time?
Yes. Dr. Payton, I believe you'll be possibly traveling the furthest?
Right.
You want to say 10?
Yeah, if we started at 8 or 9 that early that morning, I'm going to come up the night before.
What about 10 o'clock?
If we start at 10, I can leave at 4:30, 5:30 that morning.
All right, let's do 10.
Do they need to vote on that?
So 10 o'clock, October 27th?
Okay. Shannon and I will just need to confirm location so we can email that out once we have it.
That only took 20 minutes to find a day.
The hardest part.
Got all lawyers and politicians almost. This is a tough call.
Yeah, it is.
Do we have to decide procedural rules in terms of how we are going to try this? Isn't that also something we're supposed to discuss?
My understanding.
We need to know, we need to know a little bit about the case and then what kind of witnesses they're proposing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of
And if we
documents
could-
need to be done.
Could you say that
Yeah.
again, please?
You said they need to know the evidence or the documents and the witnesses.
And what the issue is. You know where it is or whatever it is. I've been on these before and don't know where it
It's
is.
a,
You don't
it's
know.
an annexation dispute.
Okay, but where is it?
Michael.
Is it somewhere in the city of Newnan or?
Yeah,
in
the
Coweta
city of
County?
Newnan.
I just want to know where it is.
Yeah, there's an
Can-
application.
Nathan, can Michael and I jointly
why don't y'all do it?
intervene? I'm Cletus Phillips, I'm the city manager.
Hey, good afternoon, Michael Fouts, County Administrator.
We both, I think, jointly wanted to come up and speak. We both certainly agree that, we don't think today is the day to give you background information. I mean, when we were reading, and we both read the guidebook for conducting this arbitration panel, today was supposed to be to elect a chair, review roles of the arbitrators, determine the process, determine whether you want to do a court reporter, the dates, et cetera. Because the first thing you have to do once you meet is determine whether the objection is valid. And if you do determine that the objection is valid, at that point in time, you will enter into the hearing procedure. But again, this is the DCA panel. You've been appointed and you have actually put yourself up for nomination to sit on the panel. This is not the city's panel, nor is it the county's panel. So we wanted to make that clear, and I think there needs to be some clarity on how you want to proceed. It's your panel.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess we need to start the meeting out with the city presenting their case and then the county presenting their case, their objection, and then decide what direction to go from there. Because until we know what's going on, like you said, we don't know if it's a valid objection or not.
Well, that's what I think. I think what they were saying is, it's not our understanding that that was the issue today. Well, if we'd have known that, Mr. Sears would have been here, I'd have been ready with exhibits and everything. But I mean, we thought this was just a organizational meeting based upon our reading of the statute and of the handbook put out by DCA, which is our only guidance.
We could also submit to you in advance of the hearing some kind of summary of our positions so that you wouldn't be approaching it cold. And maybe we were able to identify documents in that, maybe not. I don't know yet, because as Nathan just said, I don't think any of the attorneys were expecting to get into that level of detail. But I don't have a problem with advising you of a position in advance, and if it's appropriate to provide you with materials which support it, those as well. And that would give you some opportunity to feel more familiar with what the issues are to make the most of our time.
Well, I will say that on the other panels that I've served on, they gave us a summary of the situation ahead of time.
Yeah.
We'd be glad to do that. Yeah, like I said, it was just our understanding that that was not the purpose of today, or we'd have been ready with that. But we certainly, I would suggest you set a deadline, a date and a time by, if the parties wish to submit, an opening statement, for lack of a better term, then please do so by X date at X time.
I'm certainly willing to do that.
Yeah, and then none of us, then we know exactly when it is, so I can't wait to see Kathy's, and she can't wait to see mine, and amend ours. Not that Kathy would ever do that, but you know what I mean.
Never.
Ted might,
Not
but
to you, Nathan.
something like that, and then y'all will have an idea, and then when we start the hearing, as Cletus said, we present what we believe is a valid objection, and they argue whether it is or isn't, and then you decide whether it's valid or not, and if you decide it's valid, then we present the evidence. Not whether you agree with it, but whether or not, do we even hear, for example, if we say we don't want them to annex it because they want to put in a basketball court, well, that's not a great reason for objection. The statute is very clear on why you can object, so.
Well, and I think that would be the preliminary matter that the panel will have to determine when we convene on the 27th.
Yeah.
So can we get your opening stuff by maybe the 20th, the week before?
That's what I was thinking.
Because this is on the 20th?
whenever you want us to.
What do you
Yes,
think?
sir.
No, let's say by noon on the 20th?
Yes, that works. Yes, I like that.
Do we have email for all of you so that we can get it to you directly?
Yes. Like the coordinators did.
Okay.
And what will be submitted is just a summary of
Yeah, let us know, what are you expecting? Because I think Ms. Zickert and I want to give you roughly the same thing. I mean, are y'all wanting just an overview of the facts, or are you wanting?
Nathan, we could submit it almost in a form similar to like a pretrial order.
That's fine.
Yeah,
with
that's
me.
what I was thinking.
With our positions
Yeah, that's fine
and
with me.
our witnesses that we would anticipate calling and what their testimony would, or at least the topics that their testimony would cover. That way they can make an informed decision about if there are witnesses they do or don't want to hear from, and the main issues that underlie the entire arbitration or the dispute.
That sounds good to me.
I also include a list of the documents supporting positions on either side, please.
Yes, sir. We would share our exhibits with one another. I say that I'm committing Mr. Sears to a few things. Hopefully he won't be mad at me.
and we will have that by the 20th, is that correct?
20th at
Yes, sir.
noon is my understanding.
By the 20th at noon.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You need a motion to adjourn?
Are there any other, are there the other preliminary matters that Kathy, Ted, the board?
I guess the court reporter's the only big one.
It's a good point. I guess we arrange for that, or the coordinators do, and I assume that there will be a number of folks available down there, and I guess we jointly split that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, court report will be easy.
Yeah.
Yes. So Megan and I will coordinate that so that there is a court reporter present.
Okay.
And it's also, I think it's my understanding that if one side has their attorney present at the hearing, then the other side needs to be made aware of that, so that if they want to have their attorney present, that they can do so.
Everybody's gonna have a lawyer, is my understanding,
Yes.
even
Okay.
even the applicant.
Okay. Anything else from any of the panelists or the city or county?
I don't have anything else.
Okay, and you're going to secure the location and let us know that, and
Yes,
the city
Commissioner.
and the county will provide a position statement with witnesses by the 20th of October at noon to all the panelists.
Yes,
Is
Commissioner.
there any other business? And I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hey,
Thank y'all.
could y'all, before you leave, could you just tell us, could we have one centralized, where do you want us to submit the briefs or the position statements? Because
Each of us.
I'd say through your case coordinator.
as long as, so could the case coordinators will submit them to you guys by noon? Okay, that'll work.
All right. Thank y'all for your time.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.